Good morning. Welcome to JP's Morning Brief for May 22nd, 2026. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. I hope everyone's doing good. I almost had to build a boat last night. We had Ricky, he's on here. He'll testify that here in Copper's Cove, we got 2.3 inches of rain since 5 o'clock last night. In a matter of about 3 hours, we got 2.38 inches of rain. Unbelievable. Wow. I mean, we live on a corner lot and we have ditches because we have septic, and I've never seen standing water on my ditches next to my mailbox, which is the front part of my house, because I got a side yard, and I've seen it on the side yard a couple of times, but never by my mailbox. And our ditch was full because there was so much water. Unbelievable. We needed the rain, though. We needed it really bad. But it was, I'll put it like this. I took a quick shower before we went to get my daughter from work, because yesterday I had to take my daughter to work because some stuff that was going on with the ribbon cutting and stuff. They had restricted parking. So I had a long day yesterday. It was all sweaty. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a quick shower. I was in the shower, got out. It was like 15 minutes total. I was in and out of the bathroom, and we had got an inch of rain like that. Unbelievable. Wow. Okay, now let's go to the rest of the news. All right, so now after I got done with my semantics there, click that follow button for more stories from James, and hit the like button as I get congested. Click the follow button if you're not already a follower and you'd like to hear more semantic stories from James. Click the like button if you like the story I just told you, and then get in the chat and talk with me and Ricky. All right. Um, that was pretty enlightening. I can't believe that. And then we actually went to Cracker Barrel and then ate dinner because there's too much going on here with all the rain and stuff. And I realized as a veteran, I get 10% off. They have a program for veterans at Cracker Barrel if you pay at the register, not at the table. And they'll take 10% off your ticket every time. Pretty cool. All right. So we got that to follow, the click, then like. Thank you all very much for tuning in today. Start of a mute type of weekend, not a celebratory weekend. All right. So America 250. For the 22nd of May, 1776, the Second Continental Congress met in Philadelphia to discuss how to finance the war effort and the worsening situation in Canada. And then on the 23rd of May, which would be tomorrow, 1776, the Second Continental Congress resolved to have Martha Washington to be inoculated against smallpox. All right. I don't know where that headline came out of, but yeah, so I guess they wanted to protect both General Washington and his wife from getting smallpox, because they were held in high regard throughout all the colonies and stuff, and they really didn't want anything to happen to His Excellency, as they referred to General Washington. All right. So the 22nd of May and the 23rd of May, 1776. All right, the armament shop. Whether you're looking for your first firearm, upgrading your setup, or need expert service, Jason at the armament shop is Copper's Cove's premier source for all things shooting. Browse our wide selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns, backed by top-tier gunsmithing for repairs, along with reloading supplies and professional cleaning to keep your firearm in peak condition. Need a transfer? We make FFL transfers fast, easy and affordable. Need your CHL? Jason can handle those classes. He has over 3 decades of experience. Visit the Armament Shop today at 115A West Avenue D in Coppers Cove, or call or text 254-560-2023. Visit www.armamentshop.com. That's www.armamentshop.com. The Armament Shop, your safety, our priority. And also, Jason is a veteran. All right. All right. So the Iran update. The UAE says it's unrealistic about Iran controlling the Hormuz, because they keep talking about the Persian Gulf Strait Authority. Matter of fact, they're even trying to coordinate with Oman to enforce it. Right? Nobody's going to let that happen. Pakistan's army chief is mediating the talks between the U.S. and Iran. Still no deal between the U.S. and Iran. Threats in Hormuz are critical per the United Kingdom. Nikki Haley, former UN ambassador from the United States, says Iran is stalling. I agree with her. The House cancels the Iran War Powers vote. The oil prices are back up. And then half of the THAAD missile systems has been expended defending Israel. Iran's missile production is crippled. The Secretary of State says the tolls in the Strait of Hormuz are illegal. And to this day, 94 vessels have been turned back by the U.S. Navy. Brent crude oil is at $105.99 a barrel. West Texas Intermediate is at $99 a barrel. And the Dow Jones closed to a record close yesterday at 50,285.66. It was up 276.31 points. All right. So that's your Iran update. It's a touch and go situation out there. So just keep your head on a swivel and stay liquid. We don't know what's going to happen over this weekend. And it doesn't look pretty, I tell you that. It does not look pretty. Onward to Texas's primary. We're in the final stretch. Today is the last day of early voting in Texas. Polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you live in Coryell County, early voting is at the Gatesville Tax Center, which is where they do early voting. And in Coppers Cove, it's at the tax center down here where the early vote center is. All right. On Tuesday, it'll be at the same location in both Coppers Cove and Gatesville, along with both civic centers. I am supporting Ken Paxton for U.S. Senate, Mays Middleton for Texas Attorney General, Beau French for Texas Railroad Commission. For Criminal Court of Appeals, Place 3, I'm supporting Allison Fox. Coryell County Judge, I'm supporting Rob Irwin. County Commissioner, Place 2, Scott Weddle. County Commissioner number 4, Justin Smith. Those are my picks, my decisions. Don't come after me, because I will come right back after you. I'm seeing too much dirty campaigning going on. It needs to cease. It needs to cease now, both locally and statewide. This is nonsense, total nonsense. The vile, vindictive, dirty campaigning that's going on. Before I get into the first article I'm going to go on, yesterday afternoon, the chair of the Republican Party of Texas, oh man, I know his name and I forgot already. I want his name first. Oh, Abraham George. I knew it, man. Okay. He put out a call yesterday for both Paxton and Cornyn to stop with the negative campaigning going back and forth. These guys have spent tens of millions of dollars in this campaign, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And Mr. George, our chair, the leader of our Republican Party, yesterday put out a call and said both of them cease with the negative campaigning. And Ken Paxton said, yes, we are done. So he pulled all of his negative attack ads, right? Which wasn't very many because he was running a regular campaign. This is unbelievable. So John Cornyn is refusing calls from the Texas GOP chair, Abraham George, to end negative advertising in the Republican Senate runoff. Instead, Cornyn pledged to continue attacking his opponent just days after President Trump endorsed Ken Paxton. As chair of the Texas GOP, I'm calling on both Senate candidates to pull all negative advertising, George wrote Thursday on X. It's a time we start preparing for November, and we can finish this campaign off on a positive note on both sides. I fully agree with that. And then Paxton quickly agreed to the request, announcing his campaign had already shifted his television advertising strategy. He's quoted as, "We have already changed our TV ad traffic starting today to ensure our campaign ends on a positive note and that we can focus on beating the leftist lunatic in the fall," Paxton wrote on X. "I'm calling on Cornyn to do the same for the good of our own party." Cornyn, however, indicated he has no intention of backing off attacks against the Attorney General. He said, "We are going to continue to tell the truth about Paxton," Cornyn posted on X. "He escaped accountability for too long. Judgment Day is coming." What is this guy? Doc Holliday? Unbelievable. This is a political campaign, not a crucifixion. This guy needs to stop. There's a reason why we have a political campaign. This is not an execution. We run and tell the people why we need to get elected, not to massacre another opponent from our own party. Now, I'm telling you, the general election is different. You want to look at it like this. If this was against Telefrico, as Vince calls him, I'm game. Against a member of your own party, and you're going to slaughter that person where he has no personal life or professional life after this campaign, you're stupid. You're egotistical. You're prideful. There's not a humble spirit in your body. And we've elected you over and over again since 2003 and in elected office since 1984. John Cornyn, get off your high horse. You know what? You're going down on Tuesday. If us voters have anything to say about it. If you win, reluctantly, I'm still voting for you in November. But I'm telling you what, you've got to stop this nonsense. This is absolutely asinine that you're going to allow this to happen to your own Republican Party. And I don't really care if you're sore about Bill Cassidy getting beat or Thomas Massie getting beat. John Thune's going to get beat in 2 years. You know what? You could have saved yourself 2 months ago when the president begged you to lift the filibuster and or pass the Save America Act. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. You're in the leadership of the United States Senate, and you think you can thumb your nose at the president because I'm a U.S. Senator. BS. Anyone can be beaten. Anyone's expendable. There's only been 1,100 senators in the history of the United States. That's all. And one day, you're mortal. You're going to go like the rest of us. You're not a Superman. You're replaceable. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. You've been in elected office since before I graduated high school. And I graduated in 1987. Just stop this nonsense. Our Republican chair asked both of y'all to pull your attack ads down. Does this go back to a couple of years ago when you got booed off the RPT stage because of your stupid votes with Joe Biden for gun control? I bet it is. That is the reason why I voted against you. I have no respect for someone that spits at the United States Constitution the way you did. You want to do this nonsense? You know what? You can go down in a flame of glory. Because I really hope you get beat really bad on Tuesday. Well, one vote getting beat is just the same as 10 percentage points. Ask Thomas Massie going into the campaign on Tuesday, this last Tuesday. I'm going to win. He got beat. He got beat bad. An incumbent got beat by 12 points. Oh, Bill Cassidy got beat last Saturday. Didn't even make the runoff. The first senator did not make a runoff in 100 years. And he was all high and almighty, like, U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy. And then he turned his back on the president and voted against him. What kind of Republican is that? Good for nothing, man. I hope you get soundly beat. Man, don't forget, you heard my selections. Go down and vote against, go vote for Ken Paxton. Go vote for Ken Paxton. Stupid, egotistical man. Wow. Here we go. First thing I'm going to go over real quick. I got 13 minutes left. Then I'm going to go eat breakfast with my good friend Ricky there. This is from The Federalist. Round out. Let's go. In the Texas primaries, rhinos show how much they hate their voters. Rhino crash over Trump's Paxton endorsement shows how much GOP hates its voters. This is from Sean Fleetwood from the Federalist. The Senate GOP is having a full-blown meltdown over President Trump's decision to endorse Ken Paxton in the Texas Senate Republican primary over establishment darling John, I love to vote against the Second Amendment, Cornyn, and is nothing to do short of glorious. Flanked by frowning members of the Senate GOP leadership, Majority Leader John, I'm going to get beat in 2028 Thune, somberly reaffirmed his support for gun control-loving Cornyn, who is called a principled conservative. BS. There's nothing conservative about John Cornyn. It's all about power. He's a Joe Biden power. Let's see. Man, calm down, James. Ricky, calm me down. Calm me down. Thank you. Calm down, move on. Yeah. Whom he called gun-loving Cornyn, whom he called a principled conservative. Mississippi Senator John Wicker reportedly remained stone-faced, appeared to remain intentional for about 20 seconds when he asked for his reaction to Trump's endorsement of Paxton, because he knows he's next. And then Senator Lisa Murkowski is reported to have thrown a temper tantrum at the president's refusal to back Cornyn. She's on that list too. All right, they're all going down. The Senate's GOP's Little Pity Parade continued into the members' Tuesday lunch over recent ouster of Bill Cassidy. The senators reportedly demonstrated their disapproval for Republican voters' decision to give Cassidy the boot in the state's Saturday's primary by giving him a standing ovation. BS. Yeah. All right. Next. We'll talk about real Republicans now. We're in the House of Representatives with Jim Jordan. House Judiciary Republicans confirmed Wednesday night that the Southern Poverty Law Center CEO Brian Fair will testify in front of the committee next month regarding allegations it funded elements of extremist racial groups. For decades, the SPLC has positioned itself as the nation's preeminent watchdog, which maintained a controversial hate map, which is true, uh, that increasingly labeled benign conservative organizations and religious groups as hate groups. But a recent federal indictment returned by a grand jury suggests the organization was playing a double game by allegedly manufactured extremism to be claimed and to be fighting and to keep a fundraising machine humming. Jim Jordan, the House Judicial Chair, great guy, he should be Speaker of the House, testified in front of the House panel, invited Fair to testify in front of the panel in June. He also subpoenaed the organization for documents about its alleged coordination with the Biden-Harris administration and funding extremists, and this will happen on June 9th at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is, I think, 2 weeks from now, all right? June 9th. Next. Well, I'm humming along. I'm ready for some breakfast, Ricky. Are you? Man, I'll meet you at Little Jack's. I'll be there about 8:30. Okay? Trump foe Dan Goldman is getting trounced, and it's delicious. This is from David Marcus at Fox News. Okay, if you don't know who Dan Goldman is, back in 2019, the President Trump's first illegal impeachment, Dan Goldman was the lead prosecutor on that. He wasn't yet a member of the United States House of Representatives. He got elected in 2022. Okay? He's in trouble. He's in deep trouble. He got a challenger for his primary. And he's a staunch Democrat. The country met Daniel Sachs, Goldman Sachs, right? Daniel Sachs Goldman, the wealthy icon of Levi Jeans' fortune, back in 2019 when he was tapped to lead the counsel for the first impeachment of President Donald Trump. Since being elected in Congress in 2022, his reputation as an anti-Trump zealot has only metastasized. I didn't put zealot in there. Fox News put the word zealot in there. Okay? I'm trying to calm down like Ricky asked me to, so I don't have a heart attack on air. So it is shocking, and no doubt, in a happy way for Trump, that according to a new Emerson poll, Goldman is trailing his primary against Democrat socialist-leaning Brad Lander by over 30 points. In other words, he is getting absolutely smoked. I love it. Man, I would love to see this one happen. Goldman must have thought back when he was leading the charge against Trump that he had one foot in the White House, but how the tables have turned. The fans of the president, frankly, the rule of law, cannot be blamed for feeling a bit schadenfreude, I don't know what that means, at the political demise of the despicable Goldman, who helped turn Trump's perfect phone call with Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky, into a pointless national nightmare. Like his Ahab-like obsession with the great orange whale, that's President Trump, came with him in Congress. In 2023, he told Jen Peppermint Patty Psaki on MSNBC that Trump was destructive to our democracy and has to be eliminated. But who is getting eliminated now? There is perhaps no Democrat alive who has spent more time staring at little red lights and gravely warning that Trump is an existential threat to humanity than Goldman. But in the end, it looks like it is not enough. As smirking as smug Goldman's humiliation in the polls is also telling us deeper about the nature of today's Democrat Party, because unlike alleged sex fiend and former anti-Trump member Eric Swalwell, Goldman has no scandals rocking him, and he's going to get beat. Let's see. When does it say when is the primary in New York? It does not say. I'm going to have to find that one. Do they have voter ID in New York? Because I could always drive up to New York and vote and then come home. You can't do that. That's illegal. Stop. Don't even consider it. I know that's the going joke about going to California and voting for Steve Hilton because they have no voter ID there. It's illegal to vote in 2 different locations. Okay? All right. What are we looking at? It's 6:56. Woo, doggy. I'm smoking today. All right. Well, let's go back to Graham Plattner, Mr. Oyster Boy from Maine. Okay? Rob O'Neill, the U.S. Navy SEAL who is accredited with killing Osama bin Laden, is weighing in on the unearthed social media posts from Maine Democrat, I'm a communist candidate, Graham Plattner, to have caused an uproar in recent days. Mr. Plattner was way out of line talking about a soldier that way, O'Neill told Fox News days after a resurfaced Reddit post showed Plattner trashing a soldier seen in a viral video was wounded in a clash with Taliban fighters, saying dumb MF didn't deserve to live. This is completely barbaric, O'Neill said. I don't understand. If you swear an oath to your country, it doesn't matter what the politics are. Every single time you fight, it's for the man next to you. It's for the person next to you. Politics go out the window, and to wish ill will on something like that is under fire is just, like I said, it's the opposite of everything I've ever been raised to believe. Need I say any more? Wow. Rob O'Neill's a great guy. He's had his demons with alcohol and he solved them. So that's great. He went out and got the help he needed. If you don't know, he is the man. If you watch the movie Zero Dark 30, he's the man on the 3rd floor of the residence that shot and killed Osama bin Laden. The man should have been given a Medal of Honor for the thing, but politics go out the window. I don't know what was going through Barack Obama's mind, but I would have awarded the man the Medal of Honor for doing that. All right. So what are we at? It's 6:59. I got to get ready for my morning breakfast with a group of really good friends. And I will be back at noon Central to do the JP8 report. Maybe I'll be a little bit more calmed down by then. No guarantees. No guarantees. Okay. What does it say in the movie LA, The Battle for LA? No promises in the foxhole. Go watch the movie. You'll know what I'm talking about, okay? All right. So let me go over here. We got this going on. I'm going to do a raid over to Vince. Copy. Do you copy? Man, I hope everyone's having a good day. I feel better now. I think I got all the rage out of me. Thanks for calming me down, Ricky. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to initiate the raid. Confirm. The raid is initiated. I will see you all at noon. Don't forget it's Memorial Day weekend, okay? I will check y'all at 12 o'clock Central. Catch you on the flip side. I'm out.